breaking news that you're only going to see here at High at 9 News. So make sure that you share this article from our website, tweet it out, all that extra stuff, because this is breaking news. This is going to shake it up. All right. Exclusive piece from High at 9 News. The DCC is investigating cookies, but should we take it seriously? Cookies is a famous California cannabis brand with a significant following across the country and beyond. Founded in 2012, Cookies was established to provide top-shelf cannabis products to its customers. The Cookies clothing brand was created in 2008. We spoke with someone who received a letter from the Department of Cannabis Control to request information relating to Cookies' recent advertising and marketing activities, and potentially any links to content that appears to resonate with childlike imagery. Our source shared with us the nitty-gritty details of the letter, and we are bringing this breaking story to you readers promptly from the High at 9 News team. So let's get into the details of the investigation into the Cookies cannabis brand based out of California. A DCC investigation in the works. The company has worked with several licensed cannabis businesses in California. An investigation conducted by the Department of Cannabis Control has revealed that particular licenses may have been engaging in prohibited marketing practices. When we asked an anonymous source, they said, in a quote, "I don't see it as much different than what other brands are doing." Our source shared with High at 9 News. Plenty of brands are clearly using items children are actively engaged in. As part of this investigation, the department is requesting information including the status of any intellectual property right to the Cookies brand. This includes any associated logos, the identity of those holding the rights, and any relevant agreements or contracts between the Cookies brand or its owners. Excuse me. It has also asked for details regarding whether the licensee is authorized to use the Cookies brand in connection with its retail cannabis businesses and any involvement with the production of marketing of clothing items or other non-cannabis merchandise that contain the Cookies brand. According to our inside source, the letter they received from the DCC detailed their request for the following information pursuant to the department's regulations. 1. If there are any intellectual property rights to the Cookies brand and associated logos. 2. Any individuals or entities believed to own any intellectual property rights to Cookies. 3. Any individuals or entities believed to have authority to control the use of the Cookies brands. 4. If the licensee does not have any intellectual property rights to the Cookies brand, if they have authorization from the intellectual property holder of the Cookies brand to use in connection with the licensee's commercial cannabis business. 5. Any licensing agreements or other documentation indicating the authorization to use the Cookies brand in connection with the licensee's retail cannabis businesses. 6. The involvement of the cannabis license company with the Cookies brand and used outside of the retail cannabis businesses. 7. If the licensees has entered into any agreements to receive from or provide monetary or other forms of consideration to the individuals or entities who hold the intellectual property rights of the Cookies brand. 8. The involvement of the licensees with the production and marketing of clothing items that contain the Cookies brand or any associated logos. And number 9, if the licensee's cannabis retail business sells clothing items or other non-cannabis merchandise that contain the Cookies brand or any associated logos. If so, they ask for information on how these items were obtained. In other words, it's time for Cookies to show some documentation to the DCC to ensure public safety. The investigation ensures that Cookies does not risk public safety by engaging in prohibited advertising practices. It is expected that the information requested by the department will provide further insight into the marketing practices of the Cookies brand. Cookies has a reputation of providing top-notch cannabis products as a multi-state operator, and as a result, the company has sought to cultivate a brand identity that resonates with many customers. However, the company also seeks to ensure its marketing practices comply with state and federal laws. As part of this commitment, the Department of Cannabis Control must clearly understand Cookies' marketing practices to continue to protect the public, they state. When we asked our source, is the marketing in California cannabis attracting to children? They said in a quote, "I don't agree that Cookies markets to children, our source says. However, I do believe that other brands in California that are breaking written rules that are black and white and should maybe take notice that the DCC is interested in enforcing their rules and regulations. For example, Jeter is a cannabis brand using heavy design elements that are straight out of the Mario video game world. This type of blatant ripoff themes that can relate to children is something that the DCC is not taking seriously. Another brand, Super Dope, out of California, has been creating hentai styled packaging for legal cannabis sales, a public safety concern concerning the general safety of children in this particular case. This should be a warning to other brands in California blatantly disobeying marketing compliance in such sexually graphic manners. Owners of licensed cannabis businesses should take this investigation as a reminder to carefully review all laws applicable to their companies, including restrictions, regulations outlined in the Medical and Adult Use Regulations and Safety Act. This will help ensure compliance and reduce the risk of violating applicable laws. In addition, in the event of an investigation, all owners should cooperate with the department and provide requested information in a timely fashion. The letter from our source states that you can learn more from the Department of Cannabis Control, learn more about advertising and marketing practices and the Cookies brand, as well as regulations governing the medical and adult use cannabis by visiting the official website, the Department of Cannabis Control. So I have to ask everyone here, is the DCC grasping at crumbs in the cookie jar, or is that just how the cookie crumbles? And this is Jason Beck reporting for High at 9 News. What do y'all think about that?